Hey guys, welcome to Whelan Cameras. My name is Brian, and today I'm here with Alfie Gagan from Whelan Industries.
Hi folks.
So Alfie is the main dealer for Lastalite, Manfrotto, Olympus, Whelan products, and today he's here on behalf of Sigma. So Alfie, tell me about Sigma.
The wonderful thing, I suppose, in recent years with Sigma, what we've been actually as Whelan Industries looking after the agency for Sigma for over 30 years. I'm 20 years selling Sigma lenses, and what's different, I suppose, and what's changed so much is that in the past we had a massive market share in the lens business, always had, but it was always on entry level to maybe middle at the very best. Certainly people who had a lot of money to spend on lenses, whether they be professionals or anything else, never ever looked at Sigma as something that they would regard to be better than the branded manufacturer.
It was never desirable.
Just you know, if you walked in from the Irish press and you had somebody writing a check for you, and you use Nikon, you would ask for a Nikon product as a lens. You'd ask for a Canon product, whatever. You would never consider that spending less money would actually give you a better product. And it's absolutely no doubt about it. We have now got a range of products in our art lenses. There's a whole range of products they call Global Vision from Sigma that came out there about 3 years ago. And you've got one of three letters on the new Sigma product: A for art, S for sport, and C for contemporary. And any one of those lenses, the whole idea is it's a completely different range of product. It's an absolutely magnificent bolt forward. If you look at the first lens they had in the art series was a 50mm 1.4 lens, and any amount of write-ups all over the internet, you cannot find a bad report about that lens. You could spend 3, 4, 5, 6 times the price and not get a better optic than that. And I know myself, you put that onto the body of your camera, every time you go to take it off you wonder, do I really want to take this off? What am I putting on my body that's any better than that? And obviously it's a 50mm lens, so it's a very specific focal length. The only time you would ever even dream about taking it off your camera is if you need to get closer, or if you need to get more wide angle shot or whatever. That's what started it off. And now in art series lenses we have 20mm, 24mm, 25mm, 50mm, 85mm, all of which you can see here. And then recently, the first time ever, we've all feasted our eyes on this new product. Excuse me. That's the new 135mm 1.8 lens, which is a ferocious product. You look at it there, it's a very, very special design. And again, we're all waiting to hear reviews on these products, but this particular one is so new that there's nothing even hit the internet yet. There's one or two little reviews, but nobody really has even had a chance to review that. It's so fresh.
So it seems they've taken the 50, the 35, the 24, and they've made something that was absolutely brilliant even better.
They have.
It was even possible. Like, I've seen the 85mm reviewed online, and it's viewed as the best lens ever reviewed by DxO.
DxO magazine
is phenomenal.
Yeah, they actually voted that there was never a lens ever voted with a higher grade to the 85mm lens.
And that's better than the Carl Zeiss one, and which is several other brands.
Yeah.
Which says quite a lot. And this isn't the only new stuff. They also have more new stuff, Alfie.
There's a whole range of their products. They seem to be hitting at every single channel. They're even going to look at the Cine business. They're actually taking this on now. This is very, very new to everybody, and we're looking for people to partner up with in this. Whelan's obviously where they're located here. There are some people that in the video end of things that want to talk to Whelan's about this, so we're delighted to be representing them here. It's a whole lot of new products, it's a whole lot of new training. The people that work with us have to be trained on this. We had a man sent off to Japan just to service this for us, because we wouldn't dream about selling it otherwise. It's all set up, ready to go now.
The new Global Vision, I was reading that
it has to be.
You have to be serviced, so after sales is paramount.
We've spent so much money so far on this without selling one. In fact, we don't even have a price on this yet, but we're ready to sell it. We have a man trained to repair it. We're told in around, actually we're not even supposed to tell you that, so I'm not telling you how much they are.
No. But what about the prices on the rest of them? We do know that.
What's wonderful here is...
How are we doing in Ireland with regard to pricing?
Pricing, wonderfully actually, it's good news to us, because if we look at, and very recently I've had to actually very stringently look at pricing across obviously our nearest neighbours in the UK, and if I look at €1,400 retail for a 135, it's £1,400 sterling. in three or four of the English websites I looked at, is it isn't any cheaper anywhere else. The 85mm lens is €1,200 in Whelan's. It's £1,200 in the UK. I can't think of a lens that's on the table there that you're actually buying it cheaper in this country, which is fantastic. This is something to look at. Maybe a little bit unfair that we have this. We haven't taken the hood out of the box, so it looks like it's hugely different. If I take the hood off that, there's not that much in it, size-wise. One of the things that's gone on here is these are both 150 to 600mm lenses, but the difference is, obviously apart from price, there's a €600 difference in these two lenses. This is a complete metal body. It's splash proof, it's dust proof, and obviously if your camera is splash proof and dust proof, this is a good idea.
Yeah, so
no point in buying this for a camera that isn't splash proof and dust proof.
So I remember when they launched that, the teaser video was just that in a shower for 30 minutes. And the video was 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it said coming soon.
They have it in a dust room. They're blowing dirt and dust onto it for I think it's 4 or 5 hours. They brush it off. They rain all over it, and that's what it's made for. Providing your body's made for it as well, great. But if it isn't,
the fact that it's called sport is not to be confused that it's not only for sport.
No.
So if you're a wildlife photographer and you're out in the elements, that is the lens for you as well. Like, it's not strictly for sport.
Oh, absolutely. The whole idea being sport, you're standing out in the Viva Stadium or wherever,
and you have to wait for your shot.
You're standing in the rain for weeks on end. If you do that with this, if you stand out in the shower with this, you are going to be in trouble, guaranteed. That's not to say it can't be repaired, can't be fixed, but if you have any intention of going anywhere in bad weather, that is what you need. And if not, optically, there's not that much. I'd like to tell you there's a massive difference. There isn't. There's a couple of extra lenses, SLD lenses in this that are not in that. But in fairness, you could be
so that
forgiven.
When you need the shot, that's when you can come back a bit later on.
Absolutely. But the number one thing then is, if you pick them up, there is a kilogram of a difference in the weight there. And if that kilogram is
manageable as well.
It's very
so
manageable.
That has to be thought about as well. If you are thinking of purchasing one of these, this is quite easy to take. So don't ever discount that as well.
Absolutely.
Whereas
in both cases you can stick it on a monopod anyway, but there is a bit of a difference. It's a full kilogram of the difference.
It's a full kilogram of the difference. But you would have to have that on a monopod rig.
Yeah.
On the side of the pitch. So that's the 150 to 600, and then this guy is a guy I got to play with before.
Yeah,
we're here. This is the 500mm Sport. This is the massive.
That's a nice way of taking €6,500 out of your bank account. If you have a use for that, it's a 500mm f4 lens, absolutely pin sharp. You've done a video before, a demo on that. Magnificent.
And it was raining that day too.
Yeah.
Everything was okay.
If you have a use for that, there's no of other competitors. There's nothing better. At that price, it's literally a third of what you would expect to spend on a lens of that.
But this isn't all. There's more coming.
We have 3 new products that are coming in the next maybe month and a half. Long-awaited 14mm lens for the astrophotographers are gone bonkers about this. We had the Kerry Dark Skies people are mad interested in this lens. We've had, I actually counted it only last week. We've had 17 emails from astronomers just wanting to know.
Dying for this lens.
Absolutely.
Because there's such a limited choice out there for it. I mean, you've got some 14mm from Sigma and a few
That's
other
right.
companies.
Most of these people own that lens
and do it well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The people you're talking about, I think every one of them own that lens already, and they're looking for something else.
Sure. And then there's the 135 that we have here, and then there's.
Well, one thing, sorry, with that, it's 14mm. They want to get rid of coma, which is something that comes up all the time, and the tests that we've seen so far show almost no coma, even on a full open aperture, which is magnificent. There's another 100 to 400 lens, which is it's actually, of all things, for once we're talking about something that's lighter than our competitors. It's a good 200 grams lighter. 100 to 400mm lens. A retail price of about $899, and they call it the bazooka lens.
Pretty good.
That's about 3 or 4 weeks away from us. And the other lens we've been talking about for the last 6 months is a 24 to 70.
How much away is it?
Which is
2.8.
I've had more conversations about the new 24-70. It is not here yet. No, we do not have a price for it yet. We don't know when it's coming. As soon as we do, you'll all
So
know.
you heard it here first. We have no news on the new 24-70 to 20.
That's
But it is coming.
exactly it. Another thing we didn't mention, cover on the
Yes,
global
the
vision.
dock. What
Yeah.
is this all about?
Every single global vision lens, so if it has an A for art, S for sport, or C for contemporary, can take this. And the whole idea is, it looks like a lens cap with a lead hanging out. Basically, you go straight into your USB dock, and your lens goes on here. And very simply, the software is downloaded from Sigma website, obviously free of charge. This is an accessory that you can purchase, and you would purchase it only if you have a global vision lens. The first thing is that it is simplest way to update the firmware on your lens, as opposed to send the lens to us. We have a full service department to look after these things in Cork, but there's no need if you've got something like this. When it comes to something like firmware, it's simply a matter of connecting to the software, and this firmware is immediately sent into the lens itself. Also, there's a lot of different characteristics that you can set up specifically for yourself. You can change different characteristics for different bodies that you have. You can actually tie, for example, if I just take one of these lenses, on this I have custom function 1, 2 and off. So I can set this up for example, my 1DX up on C and my 5D here. And I've got, for example, I might have a back focusing issue on one body that I can correct. You've got to go to the trouble now, in fairness, of doing that. Using the docking station is not the easiest thing in the world. It's not something that you do in 3 minutes. It might take half an hour to recalibrate a lens. If something like this could take a couple of hours to recalibrate a lens.
But I've seen it can make a huge difference for product photography.
Well,
for example,
what are the other options? You have to send it away. You have to say,
Yeah.
I'm not happy with the results because it's back focusing. Please send that to God knows where for me. How long it will take to get it back? This you do yourself. Sorry, Brian, I interrupted you. You were saying?
Yeah, I saw a little clip where it really improves product photography. Where
Totally.
the person was taking a picture of the front of the box, for example, but it was focusing a bit on the top, and then by changing it ever so slightly, next thing everything was
Because
pin sharp.
it's either focusing where you want it or it isn't. There's nothing more irritating.
Yes.
So if
And
you
then
can
off.
adjust that yourself, fantastic. It's something that's again, you've got to know what you're doing. It's not just a case of you buy it, you make one or two adjustments, it's fixed. You've got to do
You
some
have to know what you're
proper
doing,
work
so
with it.
don't really go at it.
No,
But then it is still quite user friendly, but you really need to know what you're doing.
there are people who love this idea so much that even when there's nothing wrong,
They'll
they
start
want to play
fiddling
around with it anyway,
Sure.
and they could cause themselves more problems than else. This is for fixing things,
Yes.
and at the very least, if you buy one of these for your global vision lenses, one of them fits them all. If obviously one fits all the Canon lenses
One
you've got,
fits Nikon, sure.
and then you do it all yourself, saving a lot of money and a lot of hassle. And if your camera firmware is upgraded in a year and a half's time, you literally have it ready as it comes out. I had one of these lenses for a year, and in that 1 year the firmware was upgraded 4 times. So that's basically 4 new lenses as far as I'm concerned. That's the way you get it, because the last thing you want is something to be brought out and your old bodies don't work anymore, your own lenses don't work. This is a foolproof system. One other thing, just when we're on that, there is actually a service, quite an unheard of and unique service from Sigma through ourselves and Whelan Industries and Whelan's, is that if you buy Canon mount lenses, and for whatever reason you want to decide to go to
Switch to the
Nikon mount lenses or Sony mount lenses, we can actually get these lenses back from you and we can change them out completely from Canon to Nikon or to Sony. Something that makes a lot of photographers feel very
at ease.
at ease, yeah, because you're invested an awful lot of money into these products, and you say, well, if the Sony turns out to be the one I want, all I have to do is change my mount. If the Canon, I was always a Canon man, but I've just recently changed to Nikon. Maybe I want to go back to Sony or Nikon. You've no problem. No, in fairness, it's not a free of charge service. Roughly 160 euros maybe per lens. But isn't it a
That's a
downside
lot
better
cheaper
than
than
replacing
having
your
to
own
sell
kit?
it and buy it again and
Absolutely,
you probably
absolutely.
lose that money anyway.
Well, the reason why Sigma done it, you might say, why do they do that? They'll sell less lenses. But that's not the way to do it. It's to have the photographer thinking, I'm going to go with Sigma, because if I go with Sigma, I can do anything I want, go anywhere I want. Yeah?
Fantastic. Okay, so that's brilliant, guys. That's Alfie from Sigma. And this is the full range of Sigma lenses which we have in stock in Whelan cameras. So if you have any questions about Sigma or you want to try out some of these lenses, pop in store and we'll be glad to help. Thanks
Cheers,
so much. If you like this kind of content, be sure to subscribe.